Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about G4 again. We talked about G4 yesterday in relation to Kotaku. But we're going to talk about Adam Sessler going on a rant on Twitter. I really think somebody needs to do a check on this guy, because he does not seem like he's with it, and he has just completely come unglued, attacking gamers on Twitter. He changed his handle to Adam Gamers Are Stupid Sessler. He's basically saying
Someone's bitter.
Someone's a little bitter, saying he basically was just playing along with the whole G4 thing the whole time. He doesn't really like gamers. He doesn't like games. It's
so
crazy.
Why did you do it? But beyond that,
Money.
what's funny to me is I only know because people sent me links to this because he blocked me, and I never interact with the guy, but he didn't block Neon.
No.
I guess he's a misogynist. I don't know, because I probably said less about him than anyone, and he blocked me.
God, now I get that you're going to get a little salty if you have people coming at you all the time.
I do, and I said that on Twitter. I said, I kind of understand it, but he also has these meltdowns regularly, and he did before these people were doing this.
Yeah, and I think what's really weird about it, what comes out of this for me, as somebody who used to watch him back in the day, is that I don't think the guy ever really liked the video game industry. I don't think he ever liked games. He basically says he did it for a paycheck.
At least he's honest, though.
At least he's honest.
I'll give him that.
And go get bent. Go pound sand gamers. So, I mean, it's been a really eye-opening couple of weeks, I think, as far as the games industry goes. I think because the money is starting to run out for a lot of these websites, a lot of these basically fake gamer stations like G4. And we're going to talk about this. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 285,000 subs.
Woo!
And we like most of you. We do.
We do. I'm sorry, I was just looking at his tweet here. I saw the one person said, I saw a thing about you on YouTube. It's amazing you actually make me want to log out of Twitter. The same as you made countless fans log out and switch off of G4. His comment, I saw a thing about you on YouTube, pretty much exemplifies the Venn intersection of stupid for gamer, Republican, and Christian.
God.
Well, you know what's funny to me? Because we try to lump everybody to easily label and dismiss them, except, I'm not a gamer. I'm not Republican.
Yeah.
I am Christian, but I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp. I'm in the Christian but not very good at it camp. Also, registered libertarian, not a Republican, was a Democrat before that. Yeah, so let's look. They
can't wrap their tiny little minds around that. You have to be in these boxes.
Nuance.
So they can just dismiss you.
Well, does that mean that the alt-right gets games now and the rest of you can just go away? I mean, is that how that's going to work? Because
it doesn't matter. You don't have to be alt-right. You just have to be a little bit, right of Bernie Sanders, and you're considered, extremist right.
Yeah, it's bizarre. This whole thing. Well, that's what I'm saying. The alt-right, you mean like the 89% of us that just want to, play games and shit, not get into politics.
Yeah.
Variety brought this up again. Now, we covered it a couple of months ago.
It was like in October.
It was like October.
We had the numbers. The numbers were out way before this.
Yeah, it was kind of buried. It was buried on a media site, and I actually had a friend of mine who works in media send it over and say, "Hey, did you see this?"
Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh!" The end of December, we found out. It's like, no, this was out like in October.
Oh, it was out in October. Yeah,
we covered it months ago.
Whole article about how much of a failure G4 was. They only had 1,000 viewers in prime time. And its ratings in adults 18 to 49 is 0. They spent $25 million on their HQ. They had all these big plans. They couldn't get any traction on YouTube.
Well, the first thing they might want to consider is not hiring people that actively hate your audience.
Yeah, I think he's trying to rebrand himself to get away from an asshole. I don't know.
Well, he doesn't have to rebrand for that. He already was that before.
All right. Easy unfollow. You hate gamers. Why make a name for yourself in our space? Because you let me, and I made a fine living off of it.
Well, he's probably not wrong there.
You and your insufferable spawn will be missed like shit in the drain. Let me see here.
Oh yeah, he fancies himself. Like, you could tell by his comments that he likes to try to use words that fancy himself as, like, smarter, better, elevated above these people. It's hilarious to me.
Should have brought this energy to managing a TV channel. Maybe it'd still be around, Chief. I've noticed that I've been promoted to formerly running the failure that was G4. Anyone know when that happened?
That's one thing I will give him. People keep thinking he was in charge of it, but he wasn't. And, he was in there, but he wasn't running it. Now, the only thing that he was running was his mouth.
Yeah.
Same with Frost. Then they were running their mouth. They had not run their mouth, and they had not gone and antagonized people deliberately on Twitter. we might not be in the situation we're in.
Bro, you need to get laid. Ask your mom what she's doing right now.
Like, I don't think their mom would touch you. Sorry.
She was the one that got you that lame ass show G4 shut down. No, Adam, gamers are people too. Let's see here. We got, if gamers were such simpletons, it should be very easy to entertain them with your idiot box shows. Being such a failure at entertaining morons isn't really the own you think it is. Sir, you and your loping, spittle-drenching, anal-retentive, social troglodyte ilk.
See, I told you.
Are not simpletons. You're the cross society has to bear and feed with our tax dollars. We own you only in that we have to wipe your ass for you.
And this is a person who's very, very far left who probably thinks socialism's a great thing. Adam Sessler, that is, making these comments. The guy thinks entirely too highly of himself. He's clearly a narcissistic, and he's clearly projecting on people.
I think he's mentally ill. I think he's legit mentally ill.
I get wanting to lash at people because they're all dogpiling and harassing you. I totally get it. Call people names. I mean, I think I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't do it. I'd probably do it. Most people would probably do it. So the issue isn't that. The issue is you keep saying you're out of games, but you keep going back and, why not just start another Twitter? Why not just close that? Why not just make it private?
I don't know. I'm like, dude, here's the thing. If you want to work again, and I'm not saying in games, like obviously he hates games, he hates gaming, he hates that, whatever. This is not going to help you get your next gig. And as far as taxes go, dude, we own multiple businesses. You do not want to know what we pay in taxes.
Wait. Here we go. This proves my point exactly.
Okay.
LOL, the misdirected classism from an unemployed, washed-up entertainer at a burner account with 5 followers who simply calling out your own self-owns is the most entertainment I've gotten from you in decades. Thank you. That's not misdirected. I truly think you and yours are beneath me in all respects. Clearly, this guy fancies himself this major intellectual. It's hilarious. Happy to humor you. Let me know if you need me to step on your testicles and heels anytime soon. But the whole point where you're like, you're beneath me. He flat out says, you're all beneath me.
Holy shit.
What are you going to do when you don't have the gaming things? The only reason people gave a shit about you is because you're a part of G4. They don't give a shit about you now.
So I guess he's not going to do the con scene. He's not going to
dude,
do the gaming con scene.
This is probably a bad idea because if you ever wanted to come back to it, or if you ever wanted to do something else and spin it off, you could have lied low for a little bit and done that. People probably would have just been okay, gave a couple oh, I don't know, I wasn't behind it, but, I said some things I shouldn't have said. But instead, you decide to go scorched earth.
Oh my God. So I'm reading his tweets and I just keep thinking the Simpsons comic book guy, like in that voice, that's, so this Monkey Man says, I don't know if it's funny or sad that a man can quite literally call his target. This is going on for days, can quite literally call his target audience stupid and useless shits and still have a job like nothing happened, go to hell. Okay, this one is special. Apparently overnight, the gamers got together, tried procreation, and spat this dude out from their collective uterus of small penis rage.
As a woman, I'm insulted. You also blocked me, and I'm a woman. You didn't block my husband, who's a dude. So I guess you just, you hate women, I guess.
I never said I hated him. The people who lost their jobs will hate him. I just see him as a total dick. Well, at least I'm a whole dick, not a half-assed, soggy toothpick gamer version.
I mean, here's the thing, Adam. You don't have to reply to everybody. I mean, I get it. I call people out too. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, but we don't even go this far.
No, I know. I don't lower myself to this.
I've gotten into it.
I have made the mom jokes before, though.
I have gotten into it with people before, but this is just. I mean, this is a whole nother.
For someone who's trying to set themselves up as a big intellectual, he sure as hell is lowering himself to answer these people. Like in the commentary and the way he said words things. I
think he's being blamed. I think that other people working at G4 are blaming him and Frost for what happened. But I'm telling you, G4 was, and I'm not giving him a pass. I'm not giving Frost a pass. G4 was doomed from the start. Mm-hmm. They had no plan. They overspent. They clearly thought it was 1999. Like they didn't understand where the audience was now. And if this is the prevailing attitude, they freaking hate gamers.
Well, we know this because they said some of the interview questions were like, out there wackadoo. And then you have this, and these people are clearly, like, obviously really far gone.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking
their own asses.
Like somebody needs to go do a wellness check on this guy. I'm not even joking.
No,
like
he's serious.
This does not sound like somebody that has their shit together. I mean, it sounds like somebody that's like days away from popping a bunch of pills and not waking up. And I'm not joking about that. I mean, I've seen people have meltdowns like this and then they just go away.
And while, yeah, again, it's not his fault or Frost's fault completely. They were going out there and, causing shit. both on, on camera and on Twitter. They were, Frost, I think they argue that she's a little bit worse because she kept literally kind of like own people kind of thing. But Adam Sessler wasn't much better. I've seen him losing this shit many times before this.
Why do they all think you personally ran G4 and made all the financial decisions? I have a theory on this. It's because gamers are all small-dicked, synaptically challenged social scabies.
Again, notice how there's a common theme here where every gamer is a man, according to Adam Sessler, but he worked with women, and they're supposed to be like Frost was complaining that, she wasn't as bangable as somebody else, and that she kind of gets dismissed because she's a woman, and all this other shit. He backed her up, and then he blocks me, not you, and then every comment he makes is about men. Yeah. Automatically assuming that gamers are all men. If you didn't like their show, it had to be because you were a Republican Christian male.
God, this is weird. We all know you were a fraud and you read a script for video game reviews and couldn't even do that right. How fucking pathetic. I never knew you while you watched and lined my pockets. Jesus H.
Doesn't answer the question.
Jesus H. blank. You turned into, sort of Christian. I don't want to go there. You turned into a boomer. I at least evolved. You're still, I at least evolve.
I think it's the at least. I've done that before too.
He's synaptically challenged.
Apparently.
I evolve. You're still the testicularly confused gamer that squeals when Nintendo breaks wind.
He's really obsessed with testicles. This guy has a thing for balls. I have a thing for balls too. We've made jokes about it many times. But,
kind of want to see if I can get a reply from Adam Sessler just so I can get absolutely roasted by one of my childhood heroes. Hi, Tom.
That's actually kind of funny.
That's something I would do. Where are these people coming from? Well, when a mommy idiot and a daddy idiot think they can spell love.
Okay. They should be saying that comment, but that was pretty funny. I'm sorry. That's actually funny.
Yeah, I evolve. He's trying to spell love.
But this dude is, well, one, he's very up his own ass. He thinks very highly of himself. He thinks he's better than everybody else, says he's better than everybody else. He visions himself some, intellectual, superior to everyone. That you're all jokes on you. I hate games, but you all watch me. No, they didn't watch you. That's why the channel shut down.
Oh my God. This will surely bring the audience back, Adam. One of the worst things you can do to a society is teach a gamer to believe in themselves. After the past few months, what kind of simple-minded, sheltered dick twiddle thinks I have any interest in them as an audience or any interest in games content anymore? Look, I don't blame him for being bitter.
He's taking it way too far.
He could have, dude, you could have walked away from this a fucking hero. You could have, if you'd just not attacked your audience, you could have been like, yeah, I didn't have any control over G4, but you know what, guys? I'm still that fun guy from 20 years ago. I'm going to go start another channel on my own, and I'm actually going to get more views on my own than we got with G4, and we're going to go have fun.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like fun. Fun is not in his vocabulary. But
no, I think
dick twiddle is.
Dick twiddle. I've never heard dick twiddle before.
But he's really obsessed with dicks. It's hard to enjoy shows when the words are bigger than your member. It says the person that, he's trying to use as big words as possible. So I'm thinking that, his number's pretty small.
It's cute. It's cute to think how gamers care about, or I think it's cute how gamers care about integrity. I don't. I care about sponging off your corporate enthusiasm.
He's just using that as an excuse. Somebody who legitimately was just doing it as a job and gave no shits would not be behaving this way. This is the behavior of somebody who's personally offended, personally upset. He, is upset that everybody's coming at him. Somebody who doesn't actually give a shit isn't going to spend all this time doing this. This is somebody who gives a shit who's pretending they don't.
Yeah, because he was a big deal in gaming years ago, and he could have been, again, this is what's so sad about G4 just in general. I was excited when it was announced that G4 was coming back, because I'm an old head and I remember watching G4 in my teens and 20s, and I'm like, yeah, that was cool. Right up there with EGM and all these other relics of days gone by, especially when we're looking at all the shit going on with, Kotaku and Polygon. I'm like, this would be nice to bring it back. And
well, look at this one.
It didn't go well.
This one. Hey man, I respect you. I generally respect your tastes, gaming and non-gaming, and I know there are a fair amount of idiots who don't show respect or deserve the high road. But it sounds like, fuck you, I have no need for you to all your gaming fans. I hope that isn't the case. And his comment, looks like the train of thought is finally pulling into the station. So you have people who like you, who are kind of defending you. You're insulting them too. Again, somebody who really legitimately doesn't give a shit doesn't do this. Doesn't go on and on and on and on and on for hours and days. You know, they just don't.
Days. Like, I'm telling you, somebody go to his house. No, not like that. I'm not telling you to go to this house. I'm saying somebody who knows him in a friendly capacity, maybe Frost, somebody.
Message him or something.
Check on this guy to see if he is okay. Because this sounds to me like somebody who's been drinking too much, popping pills, something, and he just has no filter whatsoever, and he doesn't give a shit who burns down around him or what.
Well, this is burning himself down. I mean, no one's gonna touch him with a 10-foot pole if they're seeing all this.
Because even if it's not like, if you want to do anything else, they're gonna look at that and be like, okay, yeah, you attack gamers, but how do I know you're not? You know, if you're going to do a car podcast or something now. We're going to pay you to do a car podcast. How do we know you're not going to take a shit on Chevy and Ford for hours and hours and hours?
Someone doesn't like your one take, so you're going to spend 2 days, you know, trashing everyone and calling them, you know, dick twiddles, and you constantly being obsessed with people's members. Except you block women, so, you know. You know,
don't you owe your career to gamers? No. You literally fucking do that. That actually is true. No, I literally don't owe you or any other gamer shit. Well, they didn't say that. They said, don't you owe the career to, because gamers watch your content back in the day. You should treasure this gratis interaction, just like I treasure the view from my place that you'll never see because the doorman won't let you in. I highly doubt that.
I do too.
I highly doubt that. Is it the YMCA?
Just like, dude. Like, this person thinks he is better than everyone. Oh, this is a picture from his apartment up here. I am better than you. I'm smarter than you. No matter what it is, I'm better. This really feels narcissistic, but it definitely feels like somebody who cares way more than they're saying they care.
G4 is my claim to fame, but it was your mistake to watch willingly.
But dude, it hasn't been on for years, and it literally came back for a year. If that was your claim to fame, that's sad. And you built nothing.
Go back and read Dick and Jane Are Not My Problem. It might make sense this time. What is this? I think you don't understand what's owed. He owes gamers gratitude for watching nothing else. That actually is true. It's why actors thank people who watch their movies when they get awards, or at least they used to. Well, yeah, there are people who look. I've met people who've worked on stuff that I liked, and they weren't really a big fan of how it went for whatever reason, and they're still like, hey, thanks for watching at least. And yeah, that one didn't go very well, but you know, thank you for that. And this is like, I've never seen, I'll be honest, I have never seen this level of entitlement, even from like actual actors and celebrities at conventions, or you know, when I've run into them in elevators.
Oh, you know what? You have to take the doorman. You have to get past the doorman and go up the elevator to see this level of entitlement.
Holy shit! I've seen. I mean, I've talked to some pretty big people, and bigger than this guy, and they didn't have this attitude. I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Your mom hugged you too much as a child. He's out because his channel died. He tried to bring it back and it failed. He's out not because he wanted to be, but because he failed, which is amazingly funny when people who just used to scream at a camera are millionaires, just shitpost and make bank. Okay, I'm going to be a little more blunt than usual to clear things up for the gamers. I'm out of games entertainment because I founded an AI company that was bought by Reddit. Okay, well, good for you. Semi-retired by choice, you juvenile fuck. Now,
excuse me. By choice.
Now, excuse me while I return to the adults.
Well, I'm sure the AI company that you founded that sold to bought by, well, first of all, you sold it to Reddit. I'm sure they absolutely love that you're on here.
Yeah, because now what's going to happen? Because gamers are gamers, and they're going to do this. They're going to find.
So
they're going to find out the company and
right. They're going to harass them now. Way to go.
Yes. Good luck.
So basically, okay, so he maybe does a little part with the doorman, but it doesn't mean he has more money than everybody else. And he's being an arrogant twit, and it's not even because of gamers. It's because of an AI company.
That's normal. I mean, Hollywood, a lot of times people take their money that they make acting or whatever, and they plow it into something else because you know there's a season for everything. Turn, and a lot of people, you know. So I just don't understand why, if you're so independently wealthy, why you even went back to G4
right
to begin with. Why did you work at all? If you hate gamers that much, why did you cash the check?
But not just that. But then why are you on here? If you're out of gaming and you don't care anymore, and you sold your company and you're living in your penthouse or whatever with your doorman, then why are you on here just answering all this shit? You could just make your tweets private. You can start another account. You could do. There's a lot of things you could do. But you're on here answering every comment that comes to you. You can ignore.
So I think what he's saying is that he doesn't like gamers anymore. He doesn't like gaming content anymore, and he's not going to be returning to it anytime soon.
Oh, and nothing of value is lost.
Now he's back to politics, and that was, hey kids, look like gamers declared I'm finished doing what I said I was finished doing. Basic equivalence is their zenith.
Again, this dude cannot quit it, and he'll be back in like 2 days,
2 hours.
yelling and screaming. Oh, he's still going on?
Holy shit! 2 hours ago, Adam, are you a gamer? Just a C word. If I recall the transitive properties of association correctly, I guess I'm just a C word.
But he hates C words. I hate that they belong to women because he blocks women.
Oh God! Oh.
He didn't even interact with him ever.
Well, I plan to work on a novel this year. I'm inclined to do something on gamers as a side project. I'm sure. This might be.
Well, you can't quit. I think it's the other way around, Adam. You can't quit the gamers because you can't, whether you want to make money off it or whatever, you can't quit them. But you're trying to say that you owned them, but you didn't. They clearly own you because you can't let it go.
And he's picking the lowest hanging fruit. He's picking a lot of the.
Like his balls. I could play this game all day.
Oh God. Quick reminder that as the Dunning-Kruger gamers fail to even salt their way to a crack about their mothers, I'm over here on Hive. Oh, of course you are, Adam. Answering questions at length about game reviews, television, and
Wait,
Scout
why
Care.
are you answering questions at length about game reviews? You gave up on gaming. Which is it, Adam?
Oh, this was a couple of months ago. That's interesting. So
He literally is Adam Ruins Everything.
Adam ruins everything. I can't. I don't even know what to say more. This is a train wreck. We're gonna look.
But literally, if you know him personally, make sure he's okay.
Make sure he's okay. You know, I'm telling you, like I honestly, on some level, on some weird, sick, twisted level, I would love to have a conversation with him.
I wouldn't.
No, because I want to know what's actually going through his head. And I would love to know.
He won't know what's going through his head. He'll spend the entire time trying to talk about how smarter and better he is than you. I think you're going to find yourself hard pressed to beat Neon there. And you're
thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I know for a fact that I'm right. And he's just going to talk down to you and be vulgar to you instead of actually answering questions sincerely because he doesn't want to. He wants to just, deflect and project.
But the weird thing is with all, he assumes it's one size fits all when it comes to gamers because he's maybe seen the word. He
assumes they're all men too.
Yeah, he thinks they're all men. He thinks they're all, single. He thinks they're all.
Well, he was one on the thing talking about how we shouldn't treat women gamers wrong and, yay, Frost, you go, girl. Yeah, whoo, girl power. But then he assumes everybody who doesn't like him is a man and blocks women.
Yeah, well, we saw this with limited run games too, didn't we? Hey, we're all inclusive and, go feminism and whatever. Hey, we're going to throw our female community manager overboard because, she follows the wrong people on Twitter. That's just how it rolls. No, because this is the thing. Like, I am a gamer. I've been a gamer for a very long time. I used to watch him on G4. I do a lot of other things. We do a lot of other things. Somehow I'm a functional adult. And I still love video games, but this is a bad look. There are a lot of people like me. There are a lot of guys of a certain age and girls of a certain age who grew up playing video games and being part of pop culture that now have a lot of disposable income in addition to, day-to-day responsibilities. And somehow you can manage both. Just because you are a gamer doesn't mean that you're living in mom's basement. Maybe you bought a house for your mom because you did something else. Maybe you sold a company somewhere and made some money and you bought a house for your mom or something. You don't know the situation.
But even if he's making a book on gamers, he's using his experience on G4 to do it because it's the only time he's really been relevant.
There's so much potential here. If he really wanted to...
He could have... Well, not now. He completely destroyed that.
That's what I understand. Just a couple months ago, he's like, hey, I'll answer your questions about TV, whatever. I actually... If he hadn't gone on this bender, I'm dead serious. I would have liked to have talked to him about what it was like to work on G4 back in the day and what changed between then and now. And he'd probably set him off on some bender and then get his opinion as to what went wrong with G4. What is your opinion?
Right.
Okay, if you don't agree with what everybody else is thinking happened, what actually happened? I would like to hear, because you don't think you're at fault. You don't think Frost's at fault. I don't think that's the whole story. I think it didn't help, but I think that I think they
were, from my understanding too, they were told to go ahead and do stuff, and then they were punished for it later. But you guys, you went too far. And I mean, and then if you went too far on camera, then to do it double, triple down on Twitter did not help you. And now you're really not helping yourself.
So what's going to happen is he's probably going to bring a book out like, gamers are trash, and it's going to be a New York Times bestseller, and Kotaku.
Well, anybody can make it a New York Times bestseller. You just have to buy enough copies at the right places.
Well, he sold his AI company to Reddit, so he's got enough money to pay for promotion.
It's not hard to find the list. I mean, I can go make a book a bestseller. You want to make Crimson Rant a bestseller? We can make that happen.
God, it's sad. It's just... I'm actually sad. I'm not even angry. I'm just like, I see people implode like this, and I've seen comic book artists do this too. The same thing. Like when fans start to turn on them because they make unpopular decisions, or usually what happens is they can't stop talking. A lot of times you make an unpopular decision, but you kind of lay low on social media for a while. People might make fun of you, but it blows over. What happens is they keep whacking the beehive, and they remind people that, yeah, I'm still here, and I'm still a lolcow, and you can still come after me, and you can still get me to say stupid shit, and ha 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 ha. And gamers are all into that. They're like, hey, let's juggle.
No, they're gonna keep coming because he's like what you say, don't feed the trolls.
Yeah, but he is the troll in this case. It's just like,
I mean, and I get it. I do the same thing, but I don't take it and don't take it to as low as he is.
I don't know.
Anyway,
we're gonna wrap this up. I think. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.